everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Netherwar. You guys are all in the right spot anyway! Whoa! Sorry, everyone at home, I forgot to set the faces up before we went live, but looks like the random algorithm that decides where faces go. Yeah, nobody moved their face, nobody lost their seat. So I'm going to let me open up my spiel again because I lost my train of thought. Welcome to this week's episode of Netherwar, The Many Faces of Una. Thank you for joining us for your weekly dose of superhero shenanigans in the strange netherworld between Christmas and New Year's. We appreciate you spending some time here when you could be doing anything else during your break. My name is Alex, and I will continue to be your humble game master for this series. Tonight, as always, we are playing Mutants and Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG, developed by Green Ronin Publishing. It is a D20 system that allows players to create their own unique or iconic superheroes with enough crunch in the rules for folks who are into that sort of thing. It also features hero points, which are a special resource players can use to empower their heroes when the going gets tough. Heroes can take additional actions, increase their speed or strength for a turn, edit the scene, and allows heroes to use their abilities in creative ways. They're earned through good role-playing, vivid descriptions, jokes I think are funny, and from you, the audience. If you follow, subscribe, or donate bits during the stream, you earn a hero point that you can give to the hero or GM of your choice. I did renew my subscription today, so I'm giving my free hero point to Kevin. For no discernible nefarious reason. Hey, thank you so much, Aaron. Feel free to give it to the hero or game master of your choice. And Jonesy, I'm going to try to move your face a little bit. You were GMing earlier today? What happened? Whoa. That's an Alex week. Oh, and Mortis gets a free hero point from Aaron. So let me deal that hero point out. For some reason, the notification noise didn't go off in my ear, so I wonder what that's about. Hopefully, is everybody else's audio coming through, Aaron? Somebody say something real quick. Oh, your guys' audio is not coming through. You only hear Alex. Okay, let me fix that.
Dun, dun, dun.
There we go. I fixed it.
Good.
Did you fix it though?
I did fix it, I think. At least your guys' noises are making noise down there.
Noises. I hear noises.
That is what audio does.
That's how audio works. Hi, Deuce. How are you doing? Okay, so while I'll wait for somebody to let me know if you can hear everybody else. They're now noisty. Okay, it's like moist but noisy. We have gathered some confused heroes tonight. Say, how you going, heroes?
How you doing,
How you
heroes?
Great.
Wait,
yeah.
did you say how you doing or how you going?
How you
How
going?
you going?
Okay, good. I said the right thing.
I want to give everyone a chance to tell us a little bit about themselves, the character they will be playing, where else we can find them, and have them answer my question of the day, which I told them was relevant to next season of Netherwar. If your character were a fruit, what fruit would they be? Starting with Kat.
You can't spring that on me. My name's Kat. I am playing Centuria. You can only find me here on Monday nights right now. I will be in a few games upcoming, but I don't know when those games are taking place, so you'll see. As for the question of the day, shit, fruit.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard. Is there a spiky? Is a pineapple's a fruit, right?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
What a stupid question I just asked. I would be a pineapple.
My answer.
I'm gonna pass it to Calvin.
Wow.
That's what you get, Calvin.
Cool. Well, I guess I have to stall now. I'm Calvin, and tonight I will be playing the awesome archer with an incredible array of arrows, Bowman. As for where else you can find me, while I'm here, I'm also over on the Win with Dice channel over on YouTube, where we have weekly GM podcasts and weekly gaming streams. So you can check those out on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. As for the question of the day, I don't know. What's another spiky fruit? I don't know. I mean, bows kind of look like bananas, right? I gotta figure you just put a string between the two ends. You could use another banana as an arrow.
Oh, my
It's
lord.
gotta be more spiky fruit, right?
Ring, 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 banana bow.
I feel like we're all sort of
He's got a theme
spiky.
song already.
Could be
Yeah,
a
I don't know any other
rambutan.
fruits that are like rough on the outside and sweet on the inside. So I'm gonna go with the more absurd answer of what is that?
I'm gonna put the name in the chat.
Okay, so my answer will be whatever is in chat in the next few seconds.
It's very spiky, honestly. Yeah.
And I'll pass it. I don't know. I'll pass it over to Andy.
I'm writing down Bowman Banana in my notes, just so you're
Oh
aware.
no.
Oh, gosh.
Hi,
So
I'm
many
Andy.
things.
I am here on Monday nights. You can find me over on our website, and you can find me over on our YouTube channel where I host the Storyforge series. Tonight I am playing Resonant, our resident gem mage. And if Resonant was a fruit,
She would be a fine apple.
chicka wow wow. Let's see here. Let's go with the
Fruits?
strawberry.
Oh, lame.
I know. And we'll pass it up to Jonesy.
Everybody, I am Jonesy. I am playing the spirit of Mortis trapped in a clone body of Centuria. It's complicated. As for where you can find me, I can be found here on Monday nights playing music Masterminds on the Spirit channel. Other than that, I can be found on the Twitters and stuff like that. But currently, I'm not in any of the other streaming shows. And as far as what fruit would Mortis be? My joke answer was originally going to be fruit by the foot. Because that was just me being snarky.
Wow.
I'll allow it.
The other ideas that came to mind were blueberry, and pomegranates, because the whole Persephone and Greek stuff. But yeah.
I like blueberry.
But I will turn it over to Overdrive.
Hi everybody, I'm Kevin. I'm playing Overdrive. I'm usually here on Monday nights, but there's lots of great shows on the channel, so be sure to check those out. In fact, my not being there is probably a good selling point. I don't know. What fruit would Overdrive be? I feel like an apple, because it's red and
lame.
it keeps the doctors away, and when hurled at high velocities, it's an effective weapon. Not that my misspent youth would have any experience with that. But yeah,
You worry
so-
me.
Well, I'm old now. All I have are stories. I'm
I
not
know you're
dangerous
old.
anymore. 20 years ago, you'd have been worried. See, now you're all safe. I'm old and crotchety.
Also, start with A.
What the hell?
That is already
Even
starting in on
adultery.
poor
You
Kevin.
know, I think Deuce has this covered. We don't need to help from Untold Stories Project.
I don't know who that
Every
is.
good story needs a villain.
I hate y'all. I hate y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Kevin's not coming back for the next
Yeah,
show.
Kevin dreads Monday night.
Yeah. Season 2, huh? We'll see. I'm kidding.
I don't know what fruit I would be.
What fruit would Arctic Fox be?
Oh.
A date.
Wow.
Why?
So we
And
can
now
go
I just
back to the
pictured-
stag and everybody can have their own date again.
And now I just pictured that dead monkey from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Thanks, Alex. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Bad dates.
Okay. I can't. We can't play tonight. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I was
I'm
like,
good.
so that's the beginning of our stream.
I'm writing down all. I've written down all of your fruit answers just
A
so
for adultery.
you all know.
Grapes or wrath?
Season 2 is gonna be wild.
Is next week's question which vegetables?
No, maybe we'll see.
Because I think Overdrive is a stick of celery.
A single celery stick.
Just one stick of celery.
Can I get some peanut butter with that at least?
No, no
Lame.
toppings.
Lame.
Just water stick.
Hanging out in a Bloody Mary.
No Bloody Mary.
Bloody Tracy. Here we go.
See, vegetables ruin a good drink. You should not put vegetables in your drinks. That's,
Well, I think without further ado, let's get started. Last week on Netherwar, our heroes met the resistance, including the very sexy and suspicious Ori, that everybody was suspicious of, either something bad happening to him or because of him. I don't know what that's about. I've never done anything bad to anybody with an NPC.
right.
No way, no how. Calvin's pointing at his
for
face.
office?
That's called GM selected memory. Okay.
Just sus.
With Ori, the group came together to help the resistance get ready and begin planning a breakout of Resonant's mother from a public execution. Overdrive checked the whole planet for where his mom may be being kept, and came to find out that her Resonant's mother was being held extra-dimensionally, not anywhere on the Fondi itself. To that end, the group decided to stage an ambush at the execution, which went pretty well.
Just noticing how
No.
out of
No.
sorts you are, Alex.
Yeah, my bad. Resonant's mother. It's been a long weekend. I'm very glad to be home. I was gone for a long time, and I'm glad to be back at my own desk in my own chair. The heroes worked together to ambush the execution of Resonant's mother. Overdrive ran in, grabbed her mother, and flew off into God knows where, 60 miles away from the execution itself, while everybody else worked to stop General Acosta and his minions. Although it was a trap, the mother turned out to be the soulless version of Zodril, the original Master Mage of the Fondi, before Resonant left to go to Earth Prime. General Acosta turned out to be a robot, and the citizens in the crown turned out to be a magical focus for one of Una's spells. That spell washed over the Freedom League Dark and took them only I know where. And that is where we pick up with our heroes tonight. So, you all go rushing off through the portal. Not rushing off, dragged off through the portal. Earning that extra hero point that I definitely gave all of you at the beginning of the session, so everybody should have 2, except for Kevin and Overdrive, or Kevin and Mortis, who have 3. And all that any of you really sense is darkness, apathy, and sadness sort of washing over you. Mortis, it feels a lot like Hades. That sort of general, eternal underworld with no rhyme or reason or motivation. And you are all alone. Bowman, you are actually in a very dark, cold version of the Quiver.
Okay. So, not knowing yet what this is, he's going to get to his feet, call out for Bolt, see if there's any response.
Give me a perception check.
Got it. Perception. 32.
Bowman, as you call out Bolt's name, you say Bolt or Jason?
Not fully knowing the situation, probably gonna call for Bolt first.
Okay. You hear a very faint voice coming from the bow computer.
Familiar voice?
It does sound like Bolt's voice. Very quiet and low. Saying, Bowman, come. Bowman, please.
Okay, then he is going to rush towards the computer, turn the chair around, try to see who's sitting there.
So when you turn the chair around, there is nobody in the chair, but there is one of the alert lights on the bow computer itself.
All right, tap a series of keys and see what the alert is.
When you tap on that, the alert pops up on the computer screen, and you can see Bolt seemingly digitized into the computer.
What happened?
I don't know. Some magic or something came into the quiver, and now I'm stuck in here.
Oh, okay. Just what do you remember happening before this? I need you to describe it. Maybe I can figure something out with the rest of the team, wherever they might be right now.
And he kind of looks off to the side. I was trying to make a plan to recover your body.
What?
Wait, no, you can't be here. Am I dead?
Are you? I was in another dimension, and I came here, and you were in a computer. I'm gonna need a few more details, Jason, because I'm probably about as confused as you are.
I don't remember. I remember seeing on the news that you were gone. You got killed by Una. And she left you at Freedom Hall as a warning to the other members of Freedom League Dark. But nobody came.
Alternate universe, maybe? Okay, we're gonna have to maybe have a history lesson here, because I might be in the wrong universe, which would explain how I ended up here alone. How long have you been in this computer?
I don't know. Time's weird in here. You feel the computer vibrate.
I'm going to attempt to look for some sort of record on the computer as to when this might have happened. And, this whole Una killing me in Freedom Hall thing.
The computer vibrates again.
Jason, are you the one doing that?
No.
Is there something else in there?
Yes, be quiet. It's attracted to sound.
Wait, it's in the quiver, and he's gonna take out an arrow, put it in the bow, start looking around.
In the banana.
In the banana.
The banana.
I'm not saying that there's going to be a Freedom League Dark fruit and vegetables episode next season, but there might be.
But
We're crossing over with Savage World's Lowlife.
So you're sort of looking around with the bow and arrow out. The computer vibrates again, and Jason leaves the screen. He runs over and he hides behind a folder on the desktop.
in that folder. Yeah, just gonna activate the night vision goggles and go looking for whatever is causing this.
Hmm.
I'm assuming it's like behind the computer or something. Or at least that's the first place I'll check.
Yeah, you kind of look behind the computer, around. You don't see anything that can be making this kind of noise or shaking the monitor.
Then just gonna do a sweep of the area.
Cool. As you're sweeping the area, you do kind of look around. As you're looking, you look back towards the computer screen. You do see there is a sort of tall. There's no other way to describe it than as a robot dinosaur on the screen. This sort of tall, red-skinned reptile with a seemingly human brain outside of the skull floating around. And it's walking around on the screen itself. And every time it takes a step, the monitor vibrates.
Those Oregon Trail graphics got so upgraded.
Bowman's gonna go back to his computer.
You die of dysentery.
You're not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be here.
Who are you?
I am Cerebrus Rex.
Is that a name familiar to me?
Yeah, Bowman wouldn't know who that is.
Now available in Rogues Gallery, $34.99 from the Green. Oh, sorry. I'm not doing a sales pitch.
He's going to say, "What did you do to Bolt? What did you do to my computer?" I almost said my cave. Jesus. what did you do to my headquarters? And what the hell is going on here?
I did nothing to your boy. I'm trying to find him so he can get us out of here. He put us in here.
I'm sure he must have had a good reason.
He was trying to stop me from starting the robot dinosaur apocalypse.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty good reason.
No! It's a foolish reason! You all were much happier when dinosaurs were around.
That does not at all seem true. I mean, admittedly, I wasn't there, but that really doesn't seem true.
See? How could you know? Set me free from this computer and I will give you the peace you need.
The piece of what? Oh, you mean, look, this is very confusing for all of us.
I'm not confused. I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Look, how about you hang out in the recycle bin for a sec while I decide what to do with you.
Are you going to try to drag him over there with your mouse?
I am now. I'll attempt to start like isolating this program or virus or entity, whatever it is.
Okay, give me a technology check.
This is more Jason's thing. Ooh. No, failure seems appropriate. I'm gonna take the 9.
Perfect. So you're trying to isolate this entity, and you have no idea how that works or how it happens.
I could use some backup on this. Bowman says through gritted teeth, hoping Bolt is able to pick up on that.
Bolt kind of pokes his head up from behind the file folder and looks over at Cerebrus Rex. He's like, and he runs over and he does go and open a notepad on the side, and he begins silently writing words with his fingers, trying to guide you through how to do this process. You get a free reroll.
Open Taskmaster Manager.
Okay, Bomer.
Wow.
Oof. Okay, I actually think I will. Gosh, yeah, I'm gonna use the hero point on this roll. If I can, because it's already a reroll.
Yeah, you can spend a hero point up.
Yeah, it's just like a. Yeah, okay. Oh. Because now it's more narratively appropriate to succeed. There we go. 20 total.
Awesome. With Jason's help, you begin isolating the program that is Cerebrus Rex, and you're able to clear him off of the main screen and basically lock him away in in a compressed file of some kind.
I was gonna say, I put him in a RAR file.
Rawr! The file goes raw.
Okay, I don't know how long he's gonna stay in there. How do I get you out of here?
And he silently once again begins typing up a sequence of code, and he points across the quiver to this machine you've never seen before.
Okay, what is this?
And he types in Netherworld projector.
I feel like I should have done this earlier. Can I do a quick insight check?
Sure.
19 total.
Jason seems like he's in a whole bunch of trouble and needs your help.
Can't let my sidekick down. This feels like a terrible idea. I'm gonna activate the mysterious machine.
So, Bowman, you go over to the Netherworld projector and you begin fiddling with some of the buttons and dials. You point it at the monitor, and the beam fires out at the screen. And in a very terrifying way, you see Jason be born from the computer. The screen sort of warps and distorts as his body presses through the glass. And he kind of explodes out and lands on the ground in a superhero landing position, steaming with hot steam.
That seems evil.
I hope Boris Pinker's not in there. This is not good.
Also, as opposed to cold steam.
Yes, I know. I should have ended with steaming.
Does he see like different, like older or different costume or
Give me a perception check.
metal arm, perhaps?
He's Austrian.
He's sus.
I'm stuck in the computer.
Wow.
22 for perception.
Bowman, he hasn't raised his head yet, which you think is suspicious. And in the costume he's wearing, you haven't seen this costume before. His proportions seem wrong.
Ooh, okay.
But he is wearing a lot of green and gold and purple.
Again, the 38, 24, 36 type of proportions.
Wow.
You know,
you
Andy,
remember.
some questions shouldn't be asked.
Only
That's
she's
terrible.
5'3".
You didn't say how tall?
Oh my god. I can't. What?
So Bowman's a mite suspicious. He will keep the arrow
also makes
ready,
lots in my head.
and he will say, "You okay?"
And you hear Sophie's voice say, "I am now."
Ah, heck.
Those proportions.
Right.
She
And
got boobies, is what you're saying. That's not what you made it sound like, Alex.
He only rolled a 22.
You need better than a 22 to notice that?
It's very
dark.
dark in here.
Man, you youngsters. I don't even know.
Keep the lights low for the mood.
Oh my god.
Mood lighting.
She's wearing a form-concealing costume instead of a form-hugging
okay.
costume.
Sure.
It's hard to tell who's who in a wizard robe. That's why you get in so much trouble at Hogwarts.
Oh my god.
He will respond with, "Is this you, or is this some other alternate reality stuff? Because I really don't have the time."
She kind of looks at you and says, "Well, it's as me as I'm sure it is. I don't know."
Yeah, don't you have a face to be stuck to?
Jesus.
Jeez.
He kind of looks at you and she says, "You're stuck in the face now too. You just don't know it."
Shit.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that one to me. What do you mean?
We're all in Una's head. I don't know how you got in here, but none of us are getting out of here alive. And I'm sorry.
But before Bowman was about to turn around and just go like look outside the quiver, but as soon as she says sorry, he'll look back at her and say, "For which thing, Sophie?
For all of it. I thought
You're
I was
gonna need
ready.
a lot more than sorry."
And she's trembling a little bit, and she says, for what I did to you, for not believing Adrian when he said I wasn't ready, for being arrogant, and for being power hungry, and for betraying your trust, and everything. I don't know. This was not what I wanted. And it's not what you deserved.
He's just staring down at her with a very cold expression on his face. Whatever he's thinking, he's not about to let it slip in this moment. But he will say, "We're not going to get anywhere staying in here. Whatever this place is, if you actually want to get out of here, then let's at least get out of the building. I need to find the rest of my team."
They're in other parts of the subconscious. We can go look together if you want.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to leave you somewhere alone. But I don't trust you to walk behind me, so hurry and get up. We've got to go.
Meanwhile, elsewhere in the murky subconscious of Una, Queen of the Netherworld, we find Centuria in the remains of her house with Dave.
The house I share with Dave, or Dave is also there?
The house you share with Dave.
Okay.
As you're remembering this memory is right. Basically, the moment you realized you were going to be alone forever. You're sitting in the blown away portions of the house. You can see the foundation. You can see the cross in the backyard where Brutus is buried. And the sky is dark above you.
Great. Another beautiful memory. She'll start sort of looking around, trying to figure out why she's here, if there's anything weird about the memory, anything out of place, that kind of thing.
Well, I'm not even going to make you roll, Centuria, because you notice that Davy is not in your pocket.
She'll sort of like, you know that thing where you can't feel your phone in your pocket, and you sort of like panic and like feel everywhere. She'll be like, "Davy," and she'll sort of try to look around for Davy, see if he's there.
Give me a perception check.
Oh no. Perception. 19. Oh god.
19. You think you
Does
hear
that
a
mean
very...
I don't see the boobs?
Oddly enough, you don't see any boobs on Davy. You don't
That's
see
good.
Davy either, but you do hear his faint little voice on the wind. Cat! Kate!
Cat,
Kate!
Fourth wall break.
where are you?
Help! Help!
Is there like a direction it sounds like it's coming from?
It sounds like it's coming from east. Back in the direction of Freedom City itself.
She will take off in the direction of east.
Awesome. As you're flying over, you can see sort of the bombed out remains of the city. You remember in Netherwar the last final fight between basically you by yourself versus Triune, after everybody else had already been struck down. There are the massive skyscrapers that Una knocked you through, that knocked the skyscrapers to the ground, the debris. Still plenty of fresh dead bodies all over the place, ash and smoke. And you can hear Davy's voice intensifying as you reach Freedom Hall, or the remains of Freedom Hall.
Why am I here? She'll walk towards Freedom Hall. Into Freedom Hall. if she needs to.
Yeah, you're able to walk in. The lobby is still... Everything above the lobby is kind of gone, but the lobby is still sort of freestanding with an open-air sky now. The big glass windows all shattered. And inside you can see the concierge desk and one still functioning Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Hello, Kate Leeds. Welcome to Freedom Hall.
Have you seen an Overdrive action figure nearby?
I do not have access to the building's cameras anymore. I cannot see Dave's room, where all of the action figures stay.
All of them.
Yes, that is where the extras that did not get sold go.
Oh.
He keeps the boxes for ego reasons.
Okay.
Would you like to play Una? She puts a deck of Uno cards on the desk.
No. Has anyone else passed through here?
Yes.
Who?
A black figure.
Oh, great.
More
thanks.
like a Flash.
Yeah. Alright. Thanks, Cynthia. I'm gonna go relive my tragic memories. And then she's just gonna walk towards Dave's room.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Take this. You might need it later.
You shouldn't go alone.
She holds
It's
up a
dangerous
card.
to go alone.
What did she hand me, Alex?
She hands you a draw 2 card.
Oh, great. I will take the draw 2 card. Is there a reverse card? I would like to
say hold out for the reverse card.
She says the secret to happy living is to never give away your reverse cards.
Okay. I will head off in the direction of Dave's room. And I want to check both Dave's room and my room. So whichever one, I reach first.
Okay. So you sort of hover over the remains of the building that's been knocked over. You're able to see some portions of your individual rooms that have collapsed and fallen onto the ground, tossing their contents all over. You do find Dave's room, which is connected to your room. You can see the remains of the door that separated the room, but gave you guys access if you wanted in the middle of the night for some reason.
Spicy.
There are several boxes of tossed Overdrive action figures. There's a couple of Centuria action figures around.
Davey, are you in here? No?
No response.
Okay. Just gonna sort of sit on the ground for a second and just sob, lose her shit for a minute.
Give me a
And then she's
perception
gonna
check.
Oh, okay. While she's losing her shit.
Mm-hmm.
20.
You can hear the sound of foot striking concrete very quickly, rapidly, over and over and over again.
Is there a window nearby?
I mean, you could poke your head up over the rubble.
Yeah, that's right. Building's destroyed. Yeah, I'll look towards the sidewalk road-ish area, see if I see anything.
As you sort of look up that way, you do see a black streak moving through, checking a bunch of different buildings. And you can hear Davy's voice sort of dopward with that black streak. Saying, "Help me! Kate!"
She'll sort of superhero landing down onto the street and scream, "Hey!" at the black
and it will stop in place. And you see Dave, dressed in a black speedster suit.
Who are you?
You don't recognize your own husband?
You're not him.
Can't blame a guy for trying.
Who are you?
I'm Death Race. I guess it makes me your father-in-law.
Great. Why are you here?
Una told me I could go somewhere else if I snuffed out the last bit of life in this universe. I think that's you, Toots.
I dare you to try.
Well, you don't gotta dare me twice, and he will race over to start a fight with you.
Can I just like fly up in the sky and then taunt him because he can't reach me?
If you want to.
Do I want to do that? No. I'll let him try to hit me. See how it goes.
Awesome. Give me a dodge save.
This isn't gonna go well because the last time I had a one-on-one fight, it really did not. Wow! Okay, hold on. Gonna use my luck point on that one. I rolled an 11.
Oof.
There we go.
Hey,
Crit.
nat 20.
Yes.
So I need a second dodge save. This one will be against half effect.
Ugh. 14.
Math is hard. You suffer the first degree. You are impaired. As he rushes up to you, his hand vibrates, and this sort of black, sticky ichor latches onto you and begins to vibrate you unsympathetically. And you feel this sort of taint pass through your whole body. This kind of dark corruption seeps down into your body, and your brand begins to start burning the side of your head.
Do I get to hit him back?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I guess I'll try to hit him back. Who knows? Crit.
Ow.
Yeah, so is that plus 5?
Yeah, it's plus 5 DC.
29.
A crit's basically what you needed to hit him. Oof. So, DC 36, I rolled a 15, which is a massive difference. What do you do to him, Centuria, to take him down?
As he's running by the running like by her to hit her, she's gonna grab him by the collar and sort of just like slam him into the ground and be like, "Joke's on you, I'm already corrupt," and then just sort of like stomp on his chest.
Oof. Do you kill him?
No. Because Resonance voice is in the back of my head, that's the only reason why.
And Davy kind of... You see Davy raises his arms for you to pick him up.
I will pick Davy up.
Thank you for saving me.
Mm-hmm.
He took my body.
Is there any way to put you back in it?
I think so. You have to use your Master Mage energy to do it.
Oh, I can't do that. I don't know how.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I guess I'll try. Concentrate real hard.
Awesome. Give me a will resistance check.
21.
Awesome. So you successfully channel some of your magical energy into Davy and into Dave's body. And the magic sort of passes through down from the action figure into Dave's body. And as it does, his body begins to twist and warp until it becomes recognizable to you as Una. And she kind of looks up at you with this cruel, twisted look on your poor dead husband's face. And she says, "That's the way you wish it had happened, isn't it?
I'll kill you.
You failed to stop me the first time.
I won't fail again.
Just love that your friends thought they could bring a failed Centuria across the dimensions to try and put a stop to what I was doing. Do you even know what happened to the other one? The woman
That's
whose
not
life you
yours.
stole?
It's not your concern.
It's your concern.
Stop.
She's being tormented by the owner of your dimension.
Well, it's appropriate then that I'm being tormented by this one.
Ah, you do speak poetry. She's the only chew toy left in the entire universe, and you put her there.
We will bring her back.
Really? You'll go back to that universe? You just
Yes.
give up everything?
I already have once. How hard can it be again?
I don't think you have it in you.
I don't think you know me.
I know you more than you think you do. And she kind of raises Dave's hand, and the brand burns and burns and burns.
Let go of him.
He belongs to me now.
No, he doesn't.
You all do. You're trapped here. In my mind.
Let us go. This is the cowardly way out. How are we supposed to have a fair fight in your mind?
I'm not interested in a fair fight. I'm interested in ruling the multiverse.
How are you gonna rule the multiverse when there's another Una out there trying to do the same thing?
Centuria, you think you have struck a nerve with that statement.
And she's gotten farther than you.
Silence.
I mean, I'm the only one that was left in my universe. You still have billions of people on Earth in yours.
For now.
For now.
All I have to
Or
do
until
is...
you die before her.
You didn't even use the Plate +2 card. The draw two. She says, "Enough of this," and she disappears.
Bitch. Is the body still there?
It is not.
Is the doll still there?
It is.
She will take the doll, cradle it in her lap, cry a little bit, and then she will try to find a way out of this shithole.
Awesome. Meanwhile, across the subconscious, Mortis, you are back in your own body.
I was hoping it was gonna go to Resonant first.
Too bad, so sad.
I hate this. This is the worst. Mortis, you are sitting in a church pew. You can smell the incense wafting through the air. You can see, you can hear the sort of light organ music playing on the far side of the room from you, but you seem to be by yourself.
Do I recognize this church as being my stepfather's church?
You do recognize this as being your stepfather's church. But it seems grander than you remember.
Am I just as Derek, or am I just as Mortis, or...
You are dressed as Derek. Seemingly a teenage or a preteen Derek. As you're looking down, you're sort of in an oversized suit. You have a tie on. It feels very 2004 in here. And you think this may be... You think this might be a communion ceremony, or a confirmation ceremony.
Am I the only one in the church as I look around?
As far as you can tell, you're the only one in the church at the moment. And the organ appears to be playing itself.
I will look around for my trusty iPod and look for the exit out.
There is no iPod. But there is a door at the end.
Try to make my way out quietly.
Awesome. So you sort of sneak over to the edge of the pew, walk into the aisle, and start walking towards the door. And as you do, the room begins to stretch away from you. And every step you take towards the door, the church room gets bigger or you get smaller. Here, it's hard to tell. You definitely feel like the Jesus behind you is getting bigger, though.
Hades! Assuming it's Hades up to no good.
There is no iPod, only Zune. Ogre got a hero point. Write that down. And as you yell out Hades, you do not hear a response. But the door at the far end does open, and a couple of faceless figures dressed in their Sunday best begin filtering into the room. Including one who is definitely dressed a way you remember your mom dressing, but you can't... Her face is just like a flat mannequin face.
I will look for a place to duck behind something. Try to get out of the way.
Yeah, the pew chairs are about up to eye level for you, so you're able... The seat of the pews are about eye level now, so you can duck behind a pew easily enough. And these faceless figures are all normal sized for the room, so they're towering over you as they're filtering in, sitting down in the different pew areas. And the organ music begins to intensify. Do you have expertise art or expertise music?
I do not.
I'll let you make an expertise occult check because it's kind of occulty. It'll have a higher DC.
Grab my Mortis character sheet. I've been running around Centurion's body so long, I had that open.
We're all Centuria down here.
Expertise occult. I got 15. Wah, wah.
Yeah, you're kind of listening. It doesn't really sound like anything sort of super identifiable. And the rest of the people filter in and they take their places in the pews, and the church appears to be packed.
I'm looking for a way to sneak out. So I'll work my way around.
Give me a stealth check.
Mortis is so good at stealth.
He usually doesn't have to be because he can turn invisible and intangible.
13.
With a 13, as you're sort of sneaking around, you do feel a sharp pinch on your ear as your mother mannequin grabs you by the ear and drags you over. Derek, where do you think you're going? This is your special day.
Oh, nope. Got the wrong guy.
Don't be cute, Derek. It's time for you to learn. Time for you to be cleansed.
Trying really hard to try to start manifesting some of my powers. guessing nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Yeah, you don't feel the soul vault in your chest. But she does scoop you up and she holds you like a baby because of the size difference. And she says, "There is something wrong with you, son, that needs to be cured. And only your new father can help me with that."
Is not my father.
He is your
He's not.
father now.
He will never be.
And she kind of trembles a little bit and says, "If your biological father had been around, maybe you wouldn't be the way you are. Maybe you wouldn't be such a disappointment to all of us." Now get up on the altar. Your father is coming. And she puts you down on the ground, kind of like a small purse dog, and sort of pushes you forward, patting you on the butt.
I stumble up towards the direction she pushed me, trying to get my balance back.
And you make your way up to the altar. At this point, Jesus is definitely looming high over you. He does not look like the Jesus you recognize, though. He's very, almost imperious. He's got a snarl on his face, a dark red scar where the spear of destiny impaled him, and just a lot of anger on his face. And the double doors at the far end push open, and you see a black-clad figure walk in that you recognize as your stepfather, Reverend Rathborn. Also faceless, mannequin style, but he has somebody in tow with him. You can't quite make out who it is, but there's a couple of faceless figures with him that are dragging this person along behind him. And the Reverend comes up and cups the side of your face. It says, "Today, young Derek, we are going to cleanse you of your impurity."
And knock his hand away.
"It's a pity mine is the only male touch you recoil from." And he clears the way, and both of the ushers with him drag Nick forward and put him on the altar next to you. "You know who this is, don't you, boy?"
I will reach out and grab Nick and pull him in.
And he sort of addresses the congregation, and everybody sort of talks in this hushed tone. "Yes, this is my boy's concubine, the dirty sinner who led him astray. The weakness in my bloodline." And the faceless Wrathborn, he hands you a knife, Derek. He says, "You must do what must be done to purify your soul. Slay him."
And of course, I stabbed the Reverend.
That's fair. That's what Centurion would have done. You can see it in her face.
I used to be a reverend, then I took a shiv to the knee.
So yeah, little Derek, you come over and you stab into him, and he grips his chest and he leans back, swearing and cussing and fire spewing out of his mouth. And the Jesus behind the altar sort of looms forward and grabs a hold of him and pulls him up into the statue on the crucifix, and both of them ignite with fire. And the church itself begins to go up in flames.
I will reach out and try to grab Nick and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, both of you manage to get to the end of the room, and you burst through the double doors out into blackness as both of you explode out away from the church. And you find yourselves standing in what you recognize as limbo. And Nick, you feel him go slack behind you, and he sort of evaporates into mist. Mist that has the face of Una.
I will slash at it with the knife if the knife is still in my hand.
It is.
I will slash either way, but
Karate chop! You slash out, scratching and tearing and trying to hurt this face, and it appears to be as spectral as Nick's face usually is. She says, "You've got a lot of deep-seated parent issues, don't you?"
yeah, well, welcome to my drama.
Yeah, there's a lot crawling around in here of unresolved issues. Does your team know what happened to your dad? Stepdad, sorry.
He's still alive.
Is he?
Despite my best efforts.
Maybe I'm having multiversal lag. But they know that that's why you went to prison, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And does Nick know you chose to go and help your friend rather than save him?
That's where you lose.
Some elaboration is required. And she kind of raises a spectral hand towards you and says, "No, there is something different about you.
We'll put an end to you yet."
You feel split. Well, your friend's like that too. I guess the other one of you got your tongue.
And exactly where's Seven in all this?
Oh, she's around. She's never far from my thoughts. Thanks to you. Your failure to control your powers.
Yeah, well, I have news for you. There are a lot of more powerful people than me that really want to see you pay, so yeah, better watch your step.
I appreciate the warning. She will disappear into mist, leaving you in limbo. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the subconscious, Overdrive. You come home from a hard day.
The end. Just kidding. Oh, that was rough.
Back to your
those are holding up.
back to your house in the back to your house in the suburbs. You can hear the barking of a large dog waiting to greet you.
Does that strike me as odd?
Yeah, you don't think you have a dog.
No, I didn't think so either. Where did the dog come from? Hello? Sort of looking in various rooms of the house.
Dave, are you home? You hear Tracy's voice from the kitchen.
Yeah, babe. Did I hear a dog barking?
Yeah, your mom brought one over. She said it's a rescue. She found him on the side of the road.
Oh, okay. Well, odd now, but sure.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you would mind, but I told her to bring him over and see if he seemed like a good fit for the house.
Okay, sure. Is the dog like in the like sort of following her voice through the house?
Yeah, when you come into the kitchen, you do see there is a large brown Labrador standing in the kitchen with a tag that says Brutus on it.
Is that jogging my memory at all, or am I sort of still in Una land where like...
You're still sort of in Una land. But that does strike you as something you remember Centuria talking about.
So how was your day?
Oh, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. We've been dealing with a lot of whatever Tracy does for a living. I don't know if
Well,
we've ever established what she does as a job.
Well, she was pre-med in college, so depending on where in Una's fantasy we are.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble down in the doctor mines.
Dr. Mines. Okay. So this seems a little out of character for Tracy, but I'll just grin and go along with it. Is there a beer in the fridge?
She says, yeah, and she reaches in, she grabs one for you.
Thanks, babe.
Did you have fun at New Horizon?
You know, I just this week's interviews have just been. Oh, it's like a circus or something. I don't even know.
Oh, I know. I
Not
saw
sure
that
I'm
one
doing
with you and Bowman.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
And what was her name? Sophie? Oof.
Yeah, that was rough. Am I remembering being Overdrive?
You are.
Okay. Am I getting a sense that Tracy knows that I'm Overdrive?
You are not.
So things are different. Like I'm vaguely aware that things are not adding up.
Yes, things are not as they should be.
Yeah. The whole Bowman Sophie thing was. I thought she was basically accusing me. It almost felt like
I thought she was going to
wrong
stab
with the
somebody
work.
on TV.
Yeah, she's crazy enough. That's for sure.
Yeah, and that Fletch guy, whew, he did not know what he was talking about.
No, he's French. You know what he expects. Apologies, French audience.
And she says, come on in, hang out, meet the dog. I'm almost done with dinner.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'll go in and sort of pet the dog and look around at this weird Stepford.
Yeah, Brutus comes over and jumps up on your lap.
Hey, buddy.
And he wags his tail and licks your face a little bit.
Okay. Good
And you
dog.
you notice on his dog tags it says, "My name is Brutus. If found, please return to," and you see Centuria's phone number.
You say Mom found them by the side of the road?
Yeah. She said she picked him up. Said he almost ran out in traffic.
Huh.
He was chasing that blonde lady in the Freedom League. I don't remember what her name is.
Yeah, that's. So Mom picked this dog up from a superhero intervention. Is that what you're telling me?
He was just following her while she was flying through the sky, as far as she said.
Oh boy. Did she look? I mean, this dog has a tag on it, and there's a number here.
We called it and it's disconnected.
Oh. Okay.
We were going to take it down to the vet and see if he had a microchip, see if we can get a hold of the owner, but I think she just left him.
How do you know it's a she?
That blonde lady from the Freedom League.
Oh, well, did you try calling the public line to the Freedom League to see, hey, did you lose a dog?
Oh yeah, you know me, Dave. I've got a red phone that connects right to the Freedom League.
They have a listed number. Like they got headquarters right downtown.
Are you sure? I don't think I know. Has anybody ever noticed that before? Maybe it's a reporter thing. Maybe you just pay super close attention.
Yeah, maybe.
You should call the police commissioner and see if he can get a hold of him.
I'll open up my phone and start looking to see, is Freedom Hall publicly listed as being downtown?
Does not appear to be.
Fudge. But I didn't say fudge. I said. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. This must have been the story I was following up on last week. Now yeah, my bad. It's like I said, it's been a stressful week. So, all right. Well, I guess Brutus can stay till we figure something out.
Yeah, I was thinking we could just keep him.
Well, I mean, if the owner services, we probably ought to return him. You know, people get very attached to their dogs.
And her voice quits responding to your questions.
Wait, what? So what's for dinner?
Her voice quits responding to your questions.
Is she still moving?
You don't hear anything in the kitchen.
I'll walk into the kitchen.
Burgess growls a little bit.
Easy, boy.
And you kind of poke your head into the kitchen. You do see that the oven is going. Looks like there's a pot roast in the oven, possibly. And the back door is open, but Tracy is nowhere to be found.
Run to the back door, look out and around.
When you look out and around, you don't see anything. But when you look up, you do see that Centuria has got a hold of Tracy.
Oh, shit.
Eating her ass. Stealing my dog.
Well, this is a really bad time to not be able to fly. Okay, everything else is weird. Do I feel the wellspring of velocity?
You do.
Alright, I'm gonna change into costume really fast. And, I'm gonna do a power stunt thing, because, you know, these hero points will just burn in a hole in my pocket anyway. And, I'm going to stunt my speed into a high-speed spin. Holy crap, that was loud. I got the volume cranked on the sound effects. Okay, and so I'm going to whirly myself up to the mid-air throttling that's occurring.
Okay, so you whirly gig yourself up there. As you do, Centuria plays keep away. She's got a hold of Tracy by the scruff, and she flies back a little bit.
Centuria, stop the madness. What are you doing?
Give me my dog back.
Okay, so this nice lady here doesn't mean any harm. Why don't we go back down to the ground and get your dog back, and then everything will be just fine. This is not going to play well. Like, you throttling people, it's not good.
Do you think she could survive in space?
Okay, that's a crazy question. You're
She throws
a hero.
her.
What?
Skyward.
Oh, I try to catch her.
Give me a speed check.
Oh, let's see. Wow, I can't even right now. Oh, that's right. That's not on the new character sheet, so I gotta sort of finagle that. Are you kidding me? I'm spending a hero point because the natural one doesn't feel good right now. Let's try that again. And that is a 33. That's much better than the natural one.
So you chuck her, and you go after... Centuria chucks her skyward, and you go after her. And you notice, as you race up and you grab a hold of her, and you save her from going into the upper atmosphere, that you are both falling now.
Yes. So I will... When we get close to the ground, I will fatigue to use my to sort of generate an air cushion by spinning one of my arms very quickly to generate an updraft while the other keeps Tracy from going splat.
Awesome. And as you both land on the ground, you have rescued Una, as far as you can tell.
Oh man, I should have let you crash and burn.
And Una sort of drapes her arms around your neck and says, "My hero."
Ugh. Like I don't have enough trouble. Hands off.
The trouble's all
Psycho
your
lady.
fault.
How do you figure that?
You're trying to live in too many worlds.
That's the GM's fault. I mean, I really have nothing to do with that.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I can't break the fourth wall again. Look, hey, I'm doing the best I can, crazy lady. Maybe if you weren't screwing with so many worlds, I could keep my feet in one of them. You're the one playing games with reality.
Life would be a lot easier if you just let me win.
Oh, yeah. Letting the crazy lady who wants to wreck everything win seems like a good plan. I don't think so.
Be easier for you, at least. You wouldn't have to choose, like your poor little broken heart keeps telling you to.
Hey, I'm in your head. Don't you get in mine?
No, you're in my head.
Really?
And
Can
she
I try
says,
to get a sense of... This is going to sound wacky. Reaching out through the wellspring velocity, can I get sort of a... Obviously, all of this is illusory at her convenience. Get a sense of the spatial geography of where we are in Una's head?
yeah, that makes sense. Give me a perception check.
I like it. I make shit up and you tell me to roll dice.
Welcome to
That's how
Mutants and
games are
Masterminds.
Really? A 21.
With a 21, as you're sort of closing your eyes and feeling through with the wellspring, you are definitely in a different dimension than the Fondi, as best you can tell. You almost seem to be in the interstitial bits between dimensions, as best you can tell. And you do get a sense physically of where you are sectioned off into Una's mindscape.
Okay.
As strange as that is.
Yes.
And you can feel the presence of other master mages nearby.
Really?
Familiar energy, actually.
I think it's time I went off in search of those familiar energies and started speed waking us into one big happy party.
So you race off without engaging with Una anymore?
No, I'm dumping her like the bad habit she is.
Boop! Drop her on the ground. Meanwhile, the last person trapped in Una's subconscious is Resonant.
At least of the party.
At least of the party. Resonant, you are sitting in the Nerian Nexus. This is a very old memory of yours. It's your first Christmas on Earth Prime. And music is playing throughout the house. Everything is well lit. You do hear Adrian and Sala cooking in the kitchen beyond, and you are sitting in the library with Seven, both of you studying.
So how exactly does this Santa Claus get from house to house in one night?
Adrian's been trying to figure that out for a long time. We think it's a very complicated spell that also involves the Wellspring of Velocity, but we can't tell if he's a master mage of his own dimension or not. You know, we actually felt some multiversal disturbances related to Santa Claus recently. We felt a couple of them disappearing into the terminus.
There's more than one?
There's more than one everything. It's really confusing. And she sort of pushes a multiverse book over to you.
Why is there only one of this book, if there's more than one of everything?
I mean, there's probably another one of these books in other dimensions, but, so, peep this. There's an infinite number of universes that have some slight differences, almost like a kaleidoscope inside a snow globe. Like, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
It was French toast, but I don't know why it was French.
Well, in another multiverse, you had eggs this morning. And that's the only difference between the two universes. But then there's some where it's like, what if robots took over the universe? Or what if everybody was a cowboy? Or what if dinosaurs were also robots, but also everybody was enslaved by them?
This is confusing.
It is confusing. I saw a universe once that had a rich guy who just punched people instead of going to therapy. And he dressed up like a bat. It was crazy.
Isn't that what some of the Freedom League does?
I mean, Raven's kind of like that, but Raven goes to therapy at least.
Oh. What's therapy again?
So it's like when a doctor tells you what's wrong with you and how to get better about it. I think. Adrian won't let us go.
Do you need to go?
I don't know. I've got magic powers and I'm a preteen. Do you need to go?
I have magic powers and I'm a preteen.
So yeah, we probably all need to go. I think Fletch needs to go too because he's got dad issues.
So you don't go to therapy just because you have magic powers?
No, you go for lots of different things. Like if you hear voices in your head, and you do hear a voice sort of resonate throughout the house.
And she'll look up.
Do you think that's Santa Claus?
Doesn't he only come when we're sleeping?
Yeah, but the Neri Nexus is weird. Maybe he came down the chimney like 6 hours ago and he finally just got out.
Wouldn't the house have let us know?
I don't know. Maybe the house doesn't like Santa Claus.
The house likes us, doesn't it?
But we're not Santa Claus in this multiverse.
But wouldn't it let us know that Santa was here?
There's a universe where we're Santa Claus. Or you're Santa Claus and I'm not. Or I'm Santa Claus and you're not.
My head hurts.
We should go to therapy about it. I don't know. Adrian said that we could open presents after we study this stuff.
Why exactly are we studying this stuff? Is it going to help me get home?
I think so. It has to do with interdimensional travel, so... And she kind of pokes through a number of different books. Here, I think this one's talking about LaFondy, and she kind of pushes it over to you.
Take a look at the book.
And you do see it mentions a number of different things that you recognize from your homeworld. But events that haven't happened yet.
I would like to make an insight check on that.
Sure.
Look, I never opened my character sheet. 33.
Well, Resonant, some of those events happened right before you woke up here.
So memories kind of get jogged.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll cross her arms and look at Seven. This is all part of the trap, isn't it?
You got that face like you're figuring something out.
Well, it helps when your memories start coming back. I remember all the nether energy right before waking up here. I remember telling everyone that it was a trap. So are you part of the trap, or did you pull me out before I got trapped like everybody else?
Seven's face sort of gets a wicked glare on it. She says, if you want to call it a trap, I guess I'm part of the trap.
So what was it, if it's not a trap?
I'm the part of Seven's memory that hates you for what happened to her. For your failure. And for Mortis's failure.
And for her own?
I suspect somewhere deep down.
But you're not the manifestation of that, you're just the manifestation of the outward.
Yes.
Not the inward.
everything that you guys failed to do that got Seven trapped in the Netherworld. Trapped in here. And she kind of looks around, and as she does, the Nerian Nexus sort of blows away, and you get sort of this vision of electrical storms coursing through a black sky. Give me a treatment check, Resonant.
Okay. You want a treatment or do you want a healing?
Treatment.
I do not have many points in treatment. It's 22.
That's not bad. You recognize the pattern as synapses firing from neuron to neuron as you're looking up as the lightning storm is going on. All of you are stuck inside Sofunador now. Each of you a screaming face added to the 3 on the mask.
Except that your face isn't part of that.
No,
We've seen the
mine's
We've seen it.
Yeah. Mine is stuck inside Una. It's not related to Malador, to Sophie. And she sort of looks at you with a cross look on her face.
Are you angry or are you sad?
Both. I'm furious that this happened. And sad for what's going to happen to all of you.
You don't have to be sad about what's going to happen to us if you don't let it happen to us.
It's not up to me.
Yes, it is. You have more power here than you think you do. We've seen you multiple times. Heck, Fletch saw you after the Sofunador formed.
Her face sort of distorts with rage when you say Fletch's name. She says, "Don't say his name.
Why?
Because it's your fault that... It's Mortis's fault that I never got to tell him."
None of it is our fault. The only person's fault it is Una's. We fought the good fight. I took a long time dealing with the demons of that day. I don't know that I'm over them. But I realized we did what we could. We did the best that we could. And now we have another chance.
You left me.
We didn't know.
I was trapped and none of you came to look for me.
If we had known, we would have. And we're trying now. 7, and she'll reach out her hand. Come back to us, please.
And she holds up a hand. She holds up a hand to keep you back.
Help us. Help us help you.
Give me a persuasion check.
34.
Resonance persuasive, y'all.
You didn't realize I'd put points into that, did you?
And she, 7 sort of trembles a little bit, and her hand that she's holding up to keep you back, she just lets it drop, and she just sobs in place.
And Resonant will kind of float up to her and envelop her in a hug.
And as that rage melts off of her, as she begins to lose that anger, you see the dark synapses begin to light with golden light. And you feel the universe begin to shake and rumble and tremble.
Is that you?
Something is coming. We have to get the others. And she sort of She sort of looks around, gets a whole, like, orients on which angle you all are in, and she grabs you by the hand, Resonant. She says, right this way.
And Resonant will give her hand a squeeze. The others are strong. Stronger than you remember.
And you all go looking for each other. And I think that's a great place for us to go to break.
Yeah.
As everyone attempts to reunite with one another. And Alex fails to keep his promise to not make tonight's episode heavy.
Gee, I wonder how that was going to work.
That ship sailed.
Woo.
But Cat's not crying, so it's okay.
You haven't killed anyone yet.
Yet.
We're only halfway
There's
through.
still time.
We're halfway
Did you do that
there.
alphabetically on purpose?
Did I do what alphabetically on purpose?
Never mind.
No, you didn't.
B C M O R.
I sure didn't do that on purpose.
Wow.
Wow, Owen Wilson said.
Sorry, I was holding that in, but I just had to ask.
Awesome. Well, everybody, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Go ahead and stretch your legs, grab a drink, grab a snack, check out the ads on our carousel, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.